they said, well, it's so low, it's down to 50. Any longer, your heart would stop beating.
Good morning, guys. So before I start today's vlog, I have a very serious and a very Australian problem that I would like to talk to you guys about. I'm laughing, but I'm low-key scared. I have a spider infestation in my Honda S2000. I've bug bombed my car. I keep finding spiders in my car. Just this morning, I found another one, like this guy here. I'm not at the stage where I want to burn my car just yet. If anybody out there has any serious solutions, please leave a comment below. I would really appreciate it, because I'm sick of these spiders, guys. Anyway, I'm gonna take this little guy for a walk because it is a beautiful day outside. Come on, Louie. Sorry, Louie, dogs can't have coffee. You wouldn't like it anyway. So today's video has actually been sponsored by my friends over at HelloFresh. I've been telling all of my friends about HelloFresh for years now, since before I even started getting sponsored by them. So anytime I get to work with them, I'm super excited because I literally swear by the quality of their meals. They're always so good. It's super convenient. They send fresh ingredients directly to your door, and the recipes are always changing up. They're always really easy to follow with step-by-step instructions that even a super cooking novice like me can get right, which is pretty amazing, because if you guys have been watching my videos for years, you know I'm not exactly Jamie Oliver in the kitchen. I'm more of a Jamie Perkins, but I'm getting better. And I feel like cooking HelloFresh has actually really helped me with my cooking skills. It's also helped me step outside of my comfort zone, because they're always switching up the style of meals. It's always something new. HelloFresh has more 5-star recipes than any other meal kit, so you always know you're gonna get something delicious. You can switch up your plan, so if you wanna take a break for a week or two, you can literally just jump on the app and pause your subscription and then jump back on and get it back to your house again, which is something that I find myself doing a lot, because obviously I travel quite a bit. And HelloFresh is now from $5.66 per serving, so that's some crazy value right there. So HelloFresh has hooked me up with a great deal to give to you guys, where you can get your first 8 meals for free. That's $80 off your first month of HelloFresh. All you need to do is go to HelloFresh.com and enter the promo code jamieperkins80. It's as easy as that. I'm sure you guys will love it just as much as I do. Anyway, let's get back to the vlog. So today I want to talk to you guys about positivity and being positive through hard times, and why I always try and remain positive and happy even when I'm going through hard times. I feel like sometimes people can misconstrue that as me, I don't know, maybe being fake or not dealing with my emotions. But to me, I just try and focus on the good things in life as best as I can, especially when it comes to making videos. I only ever want to make videos that make you guys smile and that make me smile when I edit them as well. I wanted to tell you guys a story today about my dad, because my dad is the happiest, most positive person that I've ever met in my life, and I feel like his positivity and his faith in God has helped him through so many obstacles in life, and he's continuously an inspiration to me, and I was hoping that this story might inspire some of you guys as well. So the story that I wanted to tell you guys about is the story that my dad refers to as the time that I saved his life. I didn't save his life, but that's how he always refers to it. So this is going back about 8 or 9 years ago. My dad was at work on a 40-degree day, and he had bought a roast beef sandwich from a store, which I won't mention the store's name because I know my dad wouldn't want me to mention the store's name. My dad, crazily enough, still shops at this store and held no ill will to them after they pretty much almost could have killed him with a dodgy roast beef sandwich. So my dad was at work and he had this sandwich and he just started vomiting just continuously. He had blurry vision, he wasn't doing well. He called my mum up saying that he was going to take a short break from work just to sit down. and he wasn't feeling well. And that set off alarm bells to my mum, because my dad literally never complains. My dad is the type of guy who he chopped half of 3 of his fingers off with a power saw and did not even complain. He just calmly went into the hospital and got surgery to get him back on. So the fact that my dad was complaining set off alarm bells. My mum called me, told me to go and pick him up. I picked him up, and he wasn't doing well, and I insisted that he went to the hospital. He didn't want to go to the hospital, but I didn't take no for an answer. When we got to the hospital, my dad actually had an irregular heartbeat, and his blood pressure was so low that they said his organs were at the point where they were about to start shutting down, including his heart. And it was pretty serious. It was in hospital for a couple of days with an irregular heartbeat. They'd said that after 24 hours of having an irregular heartbeat, it generally doesn't go back to normal on its own. So they had booked him in to have a defibrillator, which is a machine that stops and starts your heart. And they had told us that there was a lot of risks with that. They said that it would potentially cause him to have a serious stroke due to blood clotting that probably was caused in his heart from the irregular heartbeat. And being that my dad is the strongest person that I've ever met, I've never seen him this vulnerable before. And it was really scary for me. It was scary for my mom. We were trying to be strong, but we were freaking out. But the one person who wasn't freaking out was my dad. Like, they were telling him all this really scary stuff, and he had a smile on his face. He didn't seem stressed whatsoever, and he kept telling us, don't worry, God's got me, you know, like, there's people praying for me. I believe everything's going to be okay, and you need to believe as well. And there was not one little bit of worry on my dad's face or in his heart. And he actually got through it. A couple of hours before he was scheduled to have the defibrillator, his heart just started pumping again. And there's actually a really crazy story around that, but I'm gonna actually go and visit my dad at work and get him to tell you guys all of the particulars. But I just wanted to really emphasize the fact that positivity and faith really got my dad through this really, really scary situation. And it's a quality in him that I've always looked up to and always tried to mirror as best as I can. Definitely will never be as positive as he is, but I can only hope. And I just wanted to share this story with you guys, and hopefully you guys get something out of it too.
Man, it's been a while since I've been in one of these empty houses.
Little random fact, I used to do little bits and bobs for my dad once upon a time. I used to come to these empty houses and put all the doors on and just fix little bits and pieces. Building was probably my most hated job, but I stuck with it because I actually really enjoyed just hanging out with my dad. And I mean, the money was all right as well, but the main selling point was working with my dad because I enjoyed it. I'm just trying to find where he is.
Hey Dad, how are ya?
Hi, I'm pretty good, Jamie.
So I was just telling the vlog about the time that you claim I saved your life. I didn't save your life, but about the time that I took you to hospital. What happened? You got to the hospital.
I sat down, and then very soon I was called to the reception desk. When I got to the reception desk, the nurse there said, I'll take your blood pressure and check you out just to see how urgent things are. And she says, right, your blood pressure's so low, your breathing's not very good, we need to get you straight into hospital. They said, well, it's so low, it's down to 50. Any longer, your heart would stop beating, and your heart's all over the place at the moment. It's very irregular, your heartbeat. So we need to do something to get your heart beating.
So why was it that your heart started beating irregular?
Because I was severely dehydrated. I didn't have enough salt to circulate my blood to keep my heart in order.
So I guess my question that I wanted to ask you today is how did you stay so positive through all of that? Like, I've never seen you panic before. I don't know if I ever will see you panic. I've never heard you say anything bad about anybody, or you just always have a positive demeanor about yourself. And I just want to know, how did you stay so positive in that situation? Because we didn't see you looking worried, not when they came and told you that they were going to have to stop and start your heart, or that it could potentially result in a stroke and all of those things that had me and Mum worried. Like, how do you stay positive through something like that?
I was just thankful that I got there in time, that I didn't have to drive home.
Didn't have to drive home.
Have an accident on the way home. So it was a good rescue service. Jamie taking me so seriously.
But what made you not worried that something bad could happen? Because you didn't seem like you seemed worried at all in a very stressful situation. Like, how did you know you were going to get through that?
Well, I knew that people would be praying for me and that I didn't have a care in the world. There was nothing more that I could do but just rely upon the best medical staff there that were looking after me, that their timing was perfect, and that I was being cared for. And so all I could do was lie there and relax and get the best of attention.
This guy, they're telling him you could have a stroke and all you want to do is lie there and relax. That's the kind of attitude that I want to have in life.
Well, they're pumping all this fluid into me because I was severely dehydrated.
Oh, he's your boss. So what ended up happening? It was about 2 hours before you were supposed to have the defibrillator that your heart just started beating normal again, right?
There was this doctor came along in the middle of the night and she said, you don't need all this fluid. Look, you'll float away if you have any more fluid.
Yeah.
And she disconnected the IV tubes, and as soon as she did that, my heart rate suddenly went right. And she says, that's just all you needed.
Wow.
And I never got to see this person again, and nobody knew anything about this person
really? So
coming in.
She was just a nurse. She wasn't even a doctor or anything.
No. And she was a night
That's amazing. And then I remember they had all these people coming over to hear your story and saying that it was just really amazing how it had happened. So Dad, quick question for the people out there watching who want to be more positive in their life. What advice would you give them? Like people who may potentially be going through something, or people who just, want to look at things on the brighter side. What advice would you give them?
Be prepared to take advice from people, because I normally wouldn't have gone to hospital.
That's good advice.
And so be sensible and take advice from people.
No, that was really good advice, Dad. Thank you.
Appreciate that.
So I'm home now, just gave the house a little bit of a clean. It's looking nice and spick and span. And I'm about to cook this bad boy here, which is Italian beef bolognese with a little bit of a twist. It's got some veggies and stuff in the recipe, so I'm excited to taste it. So let's get to it. Let's see if this tastes as good as it looks. It actually smells amazing. All right.
Gnocchi is one of those things where it's really hit and miss. Sometimes it's too chewy, sometimes it's too soft. And I actually nailed this. I just realized I sounded really big-headed when I said that, but this literally tastes so perfect. And I've got Louis over here begging me for some. And I thought ahead, I've got some doggy gnocchi for you, all right? Well, it's kind of doggy gnocchi. I don't even know what the brand name is for these, but they're like dog pasta. I know that sounds really weird, but it's actual dog food. It's kind of like pasta with chicken. It literally is like gnocchi for dogs, and Louis is obsessed with this stuff. Now I'm gonna finish my dinner in peace.
Wait, why are you barking at me for food? I already gave you some. Yourself. This guy, he literally just went and ate all of his doggy pasta, and now he's back here demanding some of mine. It doesn't work that way. You eat your food and I eat mine, buddy. Well, that's it for today's vlog. Thanks so much for hanging out with me and my dad. If you like today's story time style vlog, make sure you hit the thumbs up, make sure you subscribed. And while we're on the topic of positivity, I would love it if you guys could just shed some positive energy on today's video. So if you could leave a comment, tell me something positive that happened to you today. It could be something as big as somebody saving your life, or something as small as just somebody smiled at you on the street. I just want to fill the comments with positive energy so that everybody reading them can really feel it, because I think there's a lot of power in that. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next vlog. Bye.